There is one habit that separates leaders who get 10 times better AI outputs from those who keep fixing it. They delegate instead of search. The problem is, most of us have spent 25 years being trained to do the exact opposite. Just think about how you learned to use Google, right? You figured out that writing a full sentence got you worse results than stripping it down to the keywords. And that's why you search for weather NYC today, because you've been conditioned to know that the machine rewards sparse, structured input. It basically taught you to talk like a machine. And that is the exact habit that's now working against you. Because LLMs don't need keywords, they need context. And the more human your input is, the more you explain the situation, the goal, the constraints, and the audience, the better the output will be. And that is exactly why prompts like write me a Q2 marketing plan do get a response in seconds, but one that is completely useless to you. A vague prompt doesn't confuse AI, but it does point it at the mere average of all training data. Because these models are trained to predict the most likely next word, sentence, or idea. When the input lacks context, the outputs are drawn from the statistical center of everything that has ever been written on that subject. So ask for a marketing plan and you'll get the marketing plan that satisfies the widest possible range of people asking that question. And as a result, you have to keep reprompting and correcting. The good news is you already know how to do this, right? Think about how you work in the real world. Even the best person on your team wouldn't know what to do with write a marketing plan. Unless they ask clarifying questions, the result will be very generic. And to avoid that, you would brief your colleague, right? You would tell them not only what to create, but who it's for, your past learnings, budget considerations, how you would approach the task, and maybe even a few examples of previous successful plans. And that is exactly what the AI needs too. So instead of treating AI like a better Google, think of AI as a colleague and delegate to it as you would that human coworker. And that's also the good news, right? You already know how to delegate to people. It's why you're in the role that you're in. You've experienced both ends of the spectrum. When you give clear direction and get great results, but also when you assume someone will just know what you mean only to get back something that's completely off base. In other words, you have seen it time and time again. Garbage in is garbage out. And AI again works exactly the same way. So the top 1% AI leader skill here isn't learning how to prompt per se, but to unlearn Google and delegate the way you already know how.